from people complaining that she fakes her accent.
Her accent is seriously so awful when she tries to the fake enunciation of words. She has a pronounced accent, and it somehow gets worsened when she does that.
To others insisting she has no original ideas.
Doesn't she just rip off jokes from TikTok and Reels made by people with less followers and also very repetitive humor?
TheMermaidScales is one of the biggest aesthetic creators on the internet, and once you reach that level of fame, you do not just gain fans, you attract critics. And some of them do not just dislike you, they make it their full-time job to bring you down. These are the dumbest attempts to cancel TheMermaidScales. To start things off, when Kritika first started blowing up on Instagram and TikTok, people were obsessed with her content. Her makeup style, her big expressions, her transitions, her editing, all felt new. Her videos were not like any other short videos online. She made fun clips about the stuff everyone relates to but never really says out loud. She had this cartoonish, dreamy look that made her stand out, and because she barely spoke in her early videos, the mystery made people even more curious. But as her channel started getting bigger and bigger, people suddenly began finding problems with the smallest things. And one of the first problems people found was her accent.
If you're right-brained, you'll see a fish. If you're left-brained, you'll see a mermaid. Which do you see?
I see a fucking donkey. What side of brain am I using?
We are not gonna make it, but thankfully we were all good. So I even got a list of things that I want to do. I want to do here, okay? And it's crazy. I have written in doctor language because I was writing it on a bus, but we got it written. I think we have done a few things. Oh, that's all. Just when I thought it was not gonna get more crazy, it got crazier.
She needs to stop faking an American English accent. You'll know if you've seen her YouTube videos. I don't know why no one notices that her accent is very wannabe.
I didn't know what I was expecting when I watched her YouTube video, but I definitely didn't expect her voice. Her voice is so squeaky and pretentious, it's like she isn't talking normally.
So when Kritika posted longer videos where she finally spoke normally, a lot of people were shocked by her real voice. On her shorts, the voiceovers she used sounded different from her natural tone, because in short-form content, you exaggerate everything. But instead of understanding that, people on Reddit began complaining that she was putting on a fake Western accent. They said it sounded forced, unnatural, like she was trying too hard to sound American. And some commenters even went further and implied she was faking it just to hide her Indian accent.
No, even her Indian accent sounds very unrefined, actually.
A lot of viewers joined that bandwagon and accused her of trying to appeal to a different culture on purpose, or trying to make people think she was not Indian at all. But here is what most of those comments completely missed. Kritika's content is not a vlog. She is not sitting down and having real conversations in her short videos. Her videos are character-driven, exaggerated, visual, and fast. When you are trying to make millions of people understand a joke or expression in under 20 seconds, you do not talk the same way you talk in a 10-minute video. Sometimes you have to focus on the emotion and not on realistic delivery. And even then, she never tried to pass off her voiceovers as her natural accent. She simply used whatever tone matched her character. But for some reason, the internet made it look like she was committing a crime by speaking differently in different formats. As the fake accent accusations spread, the internet needed a new reason to go after her. And soon, another common claim started popping up. People began saying her videos were not original at all, and that she copied everything from TikTok.
Talented? I remember she used to blatantly steal content and pass it as her own during TikTok days.
Oh, and also, I'm sorry she's just not funny. She got some smart ideas though, but it's mostly stolen too.
Every trend she participated in suddenly became stolen. Every sound she used suddenly became another copied idea. But this is where things get hilarious. Short-form content is built on trends. Every creator uses the same sounds, same filters, same formats, same jokes. That is the entire nature of the platform. But because Kritika was growing so fast, people decided she must be cheating. They claimed she had no creativity, no unique thought, and that she was copying people who were already copying each other. What a lot of people do not understand is that adding your own style, your own editing, your own makeup, and your own expressions is what makes something original in short-form content. Even if the idea starts as a trend, the execution is what matters, and Kritika's execution is one of the most recognizable on the platform. Her transitions, her aesthetic, her world building, her camera angles, her editing, All of that takes hours of work. She transforms simple ideas into her own visual style. But when people are determined to cancel someone, they do not care about how trends work. They just want something to blame the creator for, even if the accusation is already proven false by the platform's own nature. As soon as the originality controversy started fading, people needed something else to attack. And that is when the next claim appeared, which was that Kritika tries too hard.
Her content is for teenagers, definitely not my type. Her and Akruti Virus. I did try to like her, but I felt she tries too hard sometimes.
Now, as a teenager, her target audience is probably kids, 9 to 12. I agree with the try hard statement though.
So when she posted videos with big facial expressions or exaggerated reactions, some people said she was being cringe. Others said she was acting too dramatic or too quirky just for attention.
Just my opinion, but she is not funny at all. She sometimes posts content that are relatable at some point, but already has been overused by different other people. Also, maybe it's just me, but I get really irritated when she does her big eyes expression in all of her videos.
Some even said her personality seemed fake because she always played the same character. But here is what critics completely missed again. Kritika is not trying to be relatable best friend content. She is not doing quiet storytime videos. She is playing a character. That character is supposed to be expressive, animated, funny, dramatic, and extreme. And the reason people liked her in the first place is because she dared to be odd and visually loud. Her big eyes expression became part of her brand. Kids and teens loved how expressive she was. And even adults who enjoyed short-form comedy understood the style she was going for. In short videos, big reactions are what make people stop scrolling. The whole point of her brand is to be stylized, but critics assumed stylized meant fake, forgetting that acting is still acting, even on TikTok. By this point, people already accused her of a fake accent, copying ideas, and acting too much. And when that did not stick, the next accusation got even more personal. People began saying her entire persona was fake.
I find it extremely weird how she goes to lengths to hide her Indianness, almost as if it's a bad thing.
I sometimes think she actively tries to hide the fact that she's from India. That's probably why.
Yeah, I felt that too. She wants to come across as Korean or Japanese.
They claimed she was pretending to be someone she was not and hiding her real identity. Some even argued she was hiding her Indianness on purpose. And this part shows how far people will stretch just to find a flaw. When Kritika first blew up, she posted aesthetic clips with no talking and no personal details. Her background looked neutral, her outfits were global, and her style did not scream any specific culture. Because of this, some fans assumed she was mixed, foreign, or not Indian at all. She never claimed any of those things, she simply did not mention it. People assumed things on their own, but then, when fans eventually realized she was Indian, instead of just accepting it, some of them flipped the blame onto her.
She tried so hard to hide that she is from India. You can check all the reels and you won't know if she is in India. But slowly fans got to know she is Indian, and her following dropped.
So she lost her fans because of racism.
Hi, and somehow people are blaming her for it.
For real, like what she feared the most happened.
They said she tricked them. They said she was intentionally hiding her culture. Some even insisted she was ashamed of being Indian. But here is the truth people ignored. Many creators choose not to reveal their nationality early on because the internet treats identity like a target. And in Kritika's case, some people even admitted they unfollowed her after finding out she was Indian. So instead of admitting that racism played a role in those reactions, many critics blamed her for simply protecting her privacy. People forget that creators are humans. They deserve privacy. They deserve space. They deserve time to decide what to reveal. And truthfully, people expecting her to announce her identity from day one says more about them than it does about her. They wanted her to prove herself to them before they even knew anything about her. They demanded personal details before she even spoke publicly. And when she finally revealed her real voice and personality, they turned around and accused her of lying. It shows how quickly people rewrite the past to fit their own narrative. They believed their assumptions, not her silence. They created a version of her in their minds. And when she turned out to be different, they felt betrayed by their own imagination. And it is one of the dumbest reasons people tried to cancel her for. By the time people finished throwing around weak accusations about her accent, her personality, her originality, and her identity, you would think the internet would calm down. But no. Once people realized those arguments were not enough to tear her down, they reached even further. And this time, they went after the one thing creators cannot avoid. People started saying her content had no substance.
And I find her really boring. Her content is old and repetitive.
So am the only one who finds her stuff irrelevant and boring. boring. Wait.
Sometimes people just want to smile. Sometimes they want to watch something silly and cute for 10 seconds and move on with their day. That is literally the core purpose of short-form entertainment. People scroll for fun, not for philosophy. And if her lighthearted content reaches millions, that means it is doing exactly what people want. But critics treated it like she owed them a college lecture each time she posted. The truth is, calling her content meaningless only exposed how disconnected those critics were from the platforms they were using. The same people accusing her of lacking substance were also the ones consuming hours of random trends, memes, and filters. If anything, Kritika was putting more effort than most by editing her videos, styling herself, creating visuals, and building her character. But when people are looking for a reason to cancel someone, they twist effort into laziness and creativity into emptiness. Once people complained about her appearance, her content, her personality, her accent, and her identity, they were running out of ideas. But instead of moving on, they decided to dig up the last thing they could blame her for. And it had nothing to do with her as a person. It had to do with the platform itself. People started saying Kritika was everywhere. They said she was on every explore page, every recommendation, every feed. And that somehow became a reason to hate her. There were entire threads of people saying they were sick of seeing her face even though they were not subscribed to her. They blamed her for simply existing on their screen. Oh, but here is the funny part. She is not the one controlling the algorithm. She does not choose who sees her content. The algorithm pushes videos that people watch. If people keep interacting with her content, liking it, saving it, commenting on it, the app pushes it more. The same people complaining they saw her too much were also the ones who watched her videos long enough to boost them. The internet blamed her for being recommended too often on their feeds, even though the reason she was everywhere was because millions of people shared her videos. It was not her fault. It was their attention that made her popular. But when people do not want to admit they contributed to something, they blame the creator instead. But what makes all of this even crazier is how she kept going through all of it. She never tried to defend herself aggressively. She never attacked her critics. She stayed focused. She kept creating the content she loved. And that is what makes the attempts to cancel her so dumb. They were built on lies, misunderstandings, contradictions, and expectations she never agreed to follow. The internet tried to cancel her for things she never did, never claimed, and never promised. And each time people tried to bring her down, she rose higher. If you liked this video and want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.